So, yes, we've got recording. Welcome to the Virtual Cheese Awards 2022, showcasing the best of British cheese. I'm Lee and I'm moderating this session. Today we'll be judging the A1 Traditional Mature Cheddar class, and I would like to thank White Lake Cheese for sponsoring this class. I would now like to introduce our two cheese judges. If you would just both like to say a few words for us.
Hi, I'm Nikki Philp. I'm the Purchasing Director at Harvey and Brockless. Looking forward to a day of morning of judging and looking at some interesting cheeses.
Hi, I'm Terry Hudson. I've been in the dairy industry for just over 50 years, now retired. During my career, I've had the opportunity to travel to many countries around the world involved in dairy manufacture, mainly cheese, and supply of cheese to all the major retailers in the UK regarding the quality of cheese.
Thank you both. The judges will use a point system for judging against 5 different attributes of each. The winner will be the cheese with the most points and go forward to the best of category stage. So if you'd like to open your first cheese, which is A1 152.
So the first cheese we're judging is a traditional mature cheese, well wrapped.
You can see, yeah, no, well wrapped, rinded. I mean, Terry, cheddar, is that more your speciality area?
I'm involved in all different varieties of cheese in the UK. But obviously a traditional mature cheese, it's like Nikki said, it's rinded cheese. It's been matured in an open store on a shelf probably. And the first thing we're looking at is appearance. It's got a slightly open texture.
Yeah, very open, isn't it, actually?
Yeah.
Quite a lot of holes, aren't there, throughout it?
Yeah. Which is indicative of a traditionally pressed cheese as opposed to modern cheese making, which is under vacuum, so it will be a very close texture. So that's very good. It's looking.
Also, it looks like it's sort of quite dry around the edge, isn't it? I don't know if everyone can see here, but it's a lot drier around the edge. A lot darker in colour, isn't it?
Yeah. I think that's indicative where it's actually matured on the shelf. So the moisture's a bit lower around the edge, so it's gone a little bit darker. So appearance.
I think for me that looks a little bit more open than it probably should be.
Okay, so what would you score on appearance then, Nikki?
I don't know, probably somewhere in the halfway house, I would have thought. Do you?
Well, personally, because it's a traditional cheese, I don't see an awful lot wrong with it myself. I mean, just as a benchmark for further judging, I would go for a 7.
Yeah, I think that's probably about right. Yeah, somewhere between that and the top end. Yeah, I think it should probably be a little bit more closely knit than it is, but yeah. So I'm happy with it. And yeah.
Okay.
Good.
So the next one is Aroma.
Aroma, yeah.
I'm going to cut a piece off so I can smell it. I'm just going to warm it up between my fingers to bring out any hidden flavors. You're also checking the body and texture whilst doing this, bringing it up to body temperature. Have a nice sniff, and smells a little bit grassy, which again is typical of this type of cheese?
Breaks down quite a bit in your hand, doesn't it? It's quite bitty.
Yeah. Mm.
Quite crumbly. It's quite light on aroma, isn't it, Terry?
It is. Yeah,
That's
I was expecting
coming out of it.
For a mature cheese, I was expecting it to be a little bit more pungent than it.
Yeah, I think it's just quite light on flavour, on scent. I think it's a little disappointing actually.
Yeah, a 6 for aroma.
Yeah.
I just like a little bit more of a flavour coming through on the nose.
I think texture would be the next point. I mean, I think this is quite breaky and quite flaky. I would have expected it to kind of bond together a little bit more when you're warming it up.
Yeah, well, mine has come together, and again for a traditional sort of farmhouse type cheese, I think it's reasonably good anyway.
Yeah.
I would go for a 7. I mean,
I think that sounds right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's time to taste.
So I'm tasting it before we do the true to character, because I don't think you can really score that until you've tasted it. Do you agree, Nikki?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you've got to taste it to see.
So it's got those grassy notes, typical of a farmhouse mature cheese. Again, I would expect a little bit more of a kick for a mature cheese.
Quite light on flavour, isn't it?
It is.
Quite a slight bit of powder across the mouth, isn't there?
Mm.
Yeah, I agree. It's not as full-bodied as you would sort of expect.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's a pretty light, easygoing sort of cheese to eat, isn't it?
Mm. Yeah, I agree, Nikki. It is a bit light on flavour for a mature cheese, and it's a little bit narrow. I would expect lots of different flavours to be a little bit more complex than it actually is.
It's quite one-dimensional, isn't it?
Yeah, so I would score that a 6.
I agree. Yeah, I think there's nothing massively wrong, just a bit of lack of flavour, isn't there? Really?
Yeah, I think it's a well-made cheese, but it's could do with a few more months of maturity.
It's quite light in flavour and quite a light eat, isn't it? It's not heavy. It's nice.
So overall, true to character. Just jumping back one.
Oh yeah.
I'd score it a 7. I mean, it's a good cheese. It's obviously very well made. Just disappointed.
I think it's 7 or an 8, somewhere around there. I don't think there's anything drastically wrong with it. Yeah, I think it's just a bit of a lack of flavour at the end, isn't there? Really. So.
Okay.
Okay. Have we scored everything for you, Lee?
Yeah, I've got everything. So I've got appearance of a 7, aroma of a 6, texture 7, true to character slightly out of kilter as to what you've just said is a 7, flavour a 6. Are we happy with those?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to move on to 1164, please?
Yeah. 1164. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so this looks more like a block, doesn't it, Terry, than a...
It does. So this again, this says traditional mature cheese. I think the other one was probably more in keeping for a traditional, what I would consider a traditional.
Yeah.
This one's much closer texture, so it looks like it's been pressed under vacuum. So it's not open at all.
Yeah.
Which I would say is more like a creamery cheese.
Indeed, yeah. Not quite the traditional, trad made process, is that? So.
Yeah. So appearance.
Yours looks slightly mottled in the light, Terry.
Yes, it does. Yeah, you're looking for a nice even cut face. It is slightly mottled. The mottling on that is caused by the different curds when it's been pressed. So I'd give that really as a 5 because it is a little bit mottled.
Yeah, agree with you. I'm happy with 5. So. It's quite firm to feel, isn't it?
Yeah, it's firm, smooth.
Yeah.
Just warming the cheese up.
It's going together quite nicely, isn't it? Not quite as broken up as the cheese before, but I guess you may well expect that with a block a little bit more, mightn't you?
Yeah, exactly. I think the previous one was probably more in keeping for a traditional cheese, whereas this one's very smooth.
Again, not vast notes coming off it, is there?
I think there's even less flavour on this previous one.
Yeah.
For a mature cheese. But
I can't really get much off it at all.
No. So so texture. I mean, it's smooth, so nothing really wrong with the texture. I'd score it probably a 6 for texture.
Yeah, I think a 6 for texture would be good. Aroma, what mark are we going for aroma? Do you think? I think slightly less than the one before, don't you?
Definitely.
What do we go for the one before? Was that
6 for the one before?
Yeah, this is 5.
A 5, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a bit for a mature cheese. You'd expect quite a lot more aroma.
Yeah.
I'm not picking an awful lot up on the nose.
No.
And flavour, I've had a taste, and again, it's more like a medium mature cheese than a mature cheese.
Yeah, it does feel a little bit stronger than the last one. It's quite an upfront flavour, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm picking up slightly sharp notes, and again, it's probably lacking a little bit of complexity again. And like you said before, it's a bit one-dimensional. Although there's flavour there, it's just that acidic, sharp flavour. Yeah,
the acidity is definitely the overriding flavour at the end, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lacking in sweet and savoury notes.
Yeah, no, I agree. It doesn't seem as balanced, does it? So I guess sorry, I should have written the scores down for the first one as a grade. What did we mark on taste on the first one, Lee?
Flavour was 6.
Okay. So I think we're probably clear that the flavour's not quite there where it was before, was it, Terry?
No.
So should we go with a 5 on that?
A 5, yes, because to me it's more like a medium mature than a mature, just a bit lacking again. Probably less than the previous one.
Yeah.
Like you say.
Do we feel this is true to character?
Not for a mature cheddar. If I went into a shop and I bought some mature cheddar, I'd probably be a little bit disappointed in the overall flavour of this.
Yeah, I don't think it hasn't got that sort of traditional rinded kind of flavour, has it?
Mm. And I expect it to be a little bit more short textured due to the age of the cheese.
Mm.
So true to character, did we score that? Or I would say 6. I think the last one was higher than that, but
yeah,
6.
I think 6 is good. Yeah. Okay.
Cheese A1172.
Yeah.
Yeah, A1172 is the next one. Just so you know, Sarah's just come to join us again, like me, as Vicky.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt. I would just make sure everything's okay.
Yeah, everything's going well.
Yeah, we're good. We're started. We're in the flow. So we've got another rinded cheese again, haven't we, Terry? This one's very clean on the rind.
It is. Yeah.
That. Very, very clean.
Nice and clean. This is more in keeping for a traditional mature cheddar cheese.
Yeah, a lot less open textured than that first one we looked at, isn't it? Sort of
Yeah.
See that it's much more close knit.
It is. No mottling. Nice, smooth, uniform colour.
Got a few kind of cracks running through it. I don't know if you've got a piece with a few cracks running through it as Terry. It was hard to do, but
it's not excessive, and I would expect that for a traditional cheese. So it's very good. So I would score that an 8 for appearance.
I agree. I think, very nice.
It's looking very good. Sarah's disappeared. Oh, she's back. So the next is Aroma. So we're just warming the cheese up between the fingers again. And I'm definitely picking more up on this one.
Yeah, there's a lot more scent coming from this, isn't there?
Yeah, that's very good. I like
Feels a nice texture in the fingers as well, doesn't it? It's
there's some nice grassy notes coming through, which I'd expect from a traditional farmhouse cheese.
Yeah, and I think the texture is really good on this. Feels nice.
Yeah. Did we score Aroma?
No, I don't think we have. So I think we want to go with the 7, somewhere around there.
Well, I'll go a bit more because
I
quite like this one.
Okay.
I'll go for an 8. Are you happy with that, Nikki?
Yeah, happy with that. Yeah.
So texture's very good.
Yeah, I think 8. We could probably go 8 on texture as well, couldn't we?
Yeah, definitely. So I'll have a taste.
Yeah.
The best bet.
Oh, it's definitely much more in keeping with the traditional cheddar, isn't it?
Mm.
You're definitely getting some of that sort of kind of the maturing room kind of flavours coming through.
Yeah, and it's nice and complex. It's not there's all sorts of flavours coming through, which is lovely.
Yeah, really nice.
Definitely the best one so far.
Yeah, without a shadow of doubt.
And it's not over mature. It's not an extra mature, but it's spot on. So I would give that a 9.
Yeah,
really
I'm in agreement with you. Really nice piece of cheese. Slight sweetness in there as well, isn't there?
Yeah,
but not too overly sweet.
Mm. And it still
nice, well made.
keeps on coming. So I would give that a 9, true to character, exactly what I would expect.
Yeah, that is a good representation, isn't it, of a traditional made cheddar, without a shadow of a doubt.
Okay, so have we scored all the aspects, Lee?
Yeah, you've covered that one off beautifully, thank you.
Okay, that's a really nice piece of cheese.
Yeah, it is. I'll keep that one for myself.
Okay then, when you're ready, if you want to move on to A1 1191.
Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent. I'll leave it in your capable hands again.
Okay, we've got another cloth-bound cheese. So traditional make again.
Yeah, it's saying unpasteurized on the label.
Okay, so we possibly expect a little bit more complexity probably in this. So again, nice piece of cheese. Got a lot of. Have you got a lot of calcium lactate crystals on yours?
I would guess there's 1 or 2 bits, but it's a good indication.
Yeah. So yeah, there's quite a few. Quite a few on them, aren't there?
Nice uniform colour, so appearance is very.
Not many open, no real cracks or openness. It feels quite heavy, doesn't it? Like it's quite dense. So yeah, I think it looks nice. So I think appearance. So we're both pretty happy with that, aren't we? So 8 again.
8, yeah, happy with that.
Does feel quite firm when you cut through, doesn't it, Terry? Compared to
that's a good thing, really.
Yeah. Oh, that is solid, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the texture, when you're working it in your hand, it's quite firm, isn't it? It's going to take a little while to warm up, I think.
A little bit less on the nose than the previous one.
Yeah, there isn't much, is there?
So aroma, I would say a 7, not quite as the previous one.
Yeah, 7. Quite happy with that. I think the texture is quite firm. It's quite solid, isn't it?
It is.
So kind of preferred the texture on the one before to this one.
Yeah.
So
I'd like a little bit more slightly open texture. It is a bit close for a traditional cheddar, but
yeah. So I guess I don't know, perhaps somewhere in the middle, perhaps a 7.5.
Yeah, fine. Yeah. So aroma, probably I would have liked a little bit more. I was expecting a bit more when I saw the calcium lactate and being an unpasteurized cheese.
So, well, probably in the 7 area, are we, for aroma?
Aroma 7, yeah. It's clean. Yeah. I mean, again, it's a very well-made cheese. It's looking good, but it just needs, for a traditional unpasteurized farmhouse cheese, I'd be looking for a little bit more flavour, both on the nose and taste. Have you tasted it yet, Nikki?
Yeah, I just had a little bit. I'm finding it quite drying on the palate. There's a little bit of that acidity that we mentioned earlier, but it does kind of come back round at the end, doesn't it? The acidity is more in the centre, but it is cutting through the palate quite heavily, isn't it? I'm amazed it's not any sweeter. I thought it was, as you said, having seen the calcium lactate crystals, I was expecting it to be. a lot sweeter in flavour profile.
Yeah, it's probably lacking any sweet or savoury notes. So again, it hasn't got the complexity I would have liked, and it's probably a little bit lower in flavour.
Yeah, agree.
Would have liked. So,
I think the acidity is kind of taking over a little bit, isn't it? I think it's probably a bit lower than some of the other things we've tasted, isn't it? So I'd say probably in the 7 mark, do you think?
7, yeah. And true to character, I would go a 6 really, because like I say, what it says on the label, traditional, unpasteurized, mature cheddar cheese. Again, very well made, but could have been a bit more flavour, a bit more about it. Yeah,
I think it's a little disappointing, wasn't it? I mean, yeah, agree with you.
So overall, I would say a 7.
Yeah,
nowhere near as good as the other one.
Agree. I think the one before was much nicer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's brilliant. Thank you. On to the final one in this class. We've got A1 1227.
Yep. This is wrapped in cling film.
Another rice, please. Yeah, not as clean as the last two, is it? It's,
yeah, but I think that's just where it's been.
And they've left the cloth on, haven't they? Yeah, they've just rubbed the end down. Yeah, it's looking quite close knit again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Got the odd line running through.
Yeah, I think it's looking very good for a.
Looks very nice. Yeah, very nice cheese actually. Appearance, probably one of the nicer cheeses we've seen, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say? So.
Yeah, I'd say an 8 for appearance.
Agree. 8 is exactly where I was going to go. I think. Yeah, nice cheese.
Attractive cheese, really. If you think cheese are attractive. So aroma.
It's very crumbly, isn't it?
Yeah. Which is no bad thing. It does come together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely more about this cheese. Again, it's got those grassy notes, which I quite like on a traditional.
It's not chucking out abundances of aroma, though, is it?
No, but it's got something. It's not as potent as the other one we really liked. But it's clean. There's no off flavours or taints.
I think the texture's just I can't get mine all to mould back together, Terry, can you?
Yeah, mine's come together.
Oh, yours is eventually. Yeah, mine's just crumbling everywhere. Go with the two hand moulded approach. I
think it's what you'd expect, that it's gone quite short with age, really, which you'd expect on a mature cheddar cheese.
Yeah, it's very short. It's definitely stronger in flavour than some of the other cheeses we've tasted. I think I'm getting quite a bit of salt coming through on it.
Yeah, there's a nice complexity. There's all sorts of things coming through. But you're right, I'm picking up salt as well, which is not really what you want.
No. Yeah, that's the biggest overriding flavour.
Yeah, having said that, I mean, it is a very well-made cheese. If it was over-salted, it it wouldn't finish up like this. But
No.
So where did we get, Lee? What scores?
What haven't we scored?
Myself off mute. Basically, we've still got all categories bar appearance, so aroma, texture, flavour, and true to character.
Okay, so aroma, we felt that it had a bit more aroma than the others that we've seen today. So I think that it's probably in the 8 camp, is it?
8, I agree. Yeah, it's nice and clean, no off flavours, taints, and so yeah, an 8. Yeah, I agree.
Texture, I think it's a little short, isn't it? That would be my kind of one comment on that. But I don't think there's anything else particularly wrong with the texture, do you?
No, again, like I said, I'd expect it to get a bit flinty and short with age. So I would go for a 7. Are you happy with that, Nikki?
Yeah, I'm very happy with that. Yeah, I think that's where it is. Yeah. True to character, I think it is pretty true to character, isn't it? I mean, definitely,
it's a mature traditional cheddar. It's got plenty about. It's just the slight saltiness, which is okay. It's certainly not over salted. But, so true to character, I would say 8.
Agree. And taste. It's definitely one of the nicer cheeses. I just think that saltiness is the only downside, isn't it, really?
Yeah,
so,
but it's got a nice complexity, you know, picking up lots of different notes, which is good. So I would say 8.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with an 8 on that.
So I definitely felt that we had a winner. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I would say that 1172 would be the winner, don't you think, Sarah?
Definitely, yeah. That's what I put aside for myself.
I have to say I did keep it to one side as well. Yeah, this was definitely the best in category.
Are we happy with the scores then?
Yeah.
Well, in which case then, I can announce that A1172 is in fact the winner of this class. And before we end the video, just like to thank our sponsors of the Judges Packs, South Carnarvon Creameries and Butler's Farmhouse Cheeses for our aprons. Thank you both for your hard work in judging this class. And the live event will be on Friday the 13th of May, judging best in class categories, best English, Irish, Welsh and Scottish cheeses, along with the awards that recognise talented and passionate people in our industry. And the day will culminate with the award of the Supreme Champion 2022.